Hey, Ian buys a sofa. The original price is 700. The shop is having a sale. That's how much is off the original off the sofa. Then he goes to the shop. There's another 5% off. Okay, so a wee percentage question, and we're taking off percentages. So first thing we'll say here is that £700 is what the cost of the sofa is, and that is 100%. Okay, everything starts at 100%. So what we want to do is take off 25. So we need to find 25%. Now what you can do is say, well, 70%, £70 is 10%, divide by 10, and 7 is 1%, divide that by 10 as well. So I've divided all these by 10, this side by 10, 10, 10, 10. You could then make up the number 25. You could say, well, that's 2 10s and 5 1s. So you could say, okay, that's 2 times 10%, which is 140, and it's 5 times 1%, which is going to be 5 sevens, which is 35, so I'm going to get 175. When you've got the 10 and the 1, you can kind of make up anything you like, you know. But another way of doing it, just to make life, just another way of doing it to make life a wee bit easier, I would say, is to say, okay, well, if £700 is 100%, 25 is kind of a special case. If I divide by 2, that's 50%. You know, halving it gives me 50%. If I half that again, I get 25%. I could have also just divided by 4. To get from here to here, I'm dividing by 4. Yeah, because 25% is the same as 1 quarter. So I do 700 divided by 4, do a little sum, that's going to be 1, carry the 3, so that's going to give me 7, carry the 2, and 5. Okay, it's the same number again, obviously 175 is 25%. And then you're saying I need to take that away from 100%, because I don't want 25%. Oh, looking at that, the phone's going off. Yeah, I need to take off 25%. So 100%, take off 25%. That's the same as my £700. Take off the £175. So that's £525. Yeah. So Ian from accounting, he's thinking he's going to be paying 525. But then actually, there's another 5% off, isn't there? So doing a little sum over here, he turns up and whoa, deal of the century, 525 is no longer 100%. Yeah, we've taken off 5, so we're going to be looking for 95%. Right? So let's work out our 5% then. So divide by 10. So I've got 52.5. And how do I get from 10% to 5%? Well, I'll divide by 2. Write that in there. So I'm dividing by 10 and then dividing by 2. So on this one, I've divided by 10, and now I need to divide by 2. So I'll do a wee sum down here, say 52.5, I'll put a few zeros on the end, and I'll divide that by 2. So there's 2 and 1, that's 6, and 2, carry the 1, and 5. 26, 25. 96, 25. So that's what we're going to have to take off of the 525 because we're looking for 100%. Take away 5%. So I'm looking for 525. Take away 26.25. And I think this is where people might make a mistake. Keep your decimals, pardon me, in the right line. Okay. This also is quite a good question because I now have to carry. There's a 4 in there. Give me a 1. Carry right over to give me 10. So it's an interesting way to think about it. Instead of saying £525, I'm saying 524 and 90 10. You know, it's still 25, 525. It's just a weird way of saying it. Usually we don't go up to 10 there, do we? But now I can do my sum, you know. So watch out for this. A lot of people put 5 in there, you know. So 0 take away 5 I cannot do, so you have to go and borrow, and that's a double borrow. So that now gives me 5, 7, I have to borrow again for 14. There's an 8, I have to borrow again. So much borrowing. The financial crisis. 498.75. There we go, and a wee pound sign in there. So 2 parts to that question. There was working out your percentages, which I think we went through, you know, working out 10s and 5s and 50s and quarters and things like that, 25%. And then there's the taking away, remembering to take that number away, and getting your Jimmy sums right. Okay, nice, yeah, good question that. Okay, these are probably least favourite questions. This is an absolute minefield in my head. So have a read at this, have a good read, and then we'll carry on with this one. Okay, here we go. Honestly, these are tough. These are tough. So let's make a drawn up now to begin with. Okay, so Big Steve is flying to Hong Kong. Okay, a new job. Good for Steve. He's stopping in Doha in Qatar. Nice. And he's flying from Edinburgh. Okay, so let's get a wee sketch then. He's going from Edinburgh and he's flying over to Doha. And then from Doha, he's going over to Hong Kong. Okay, so that's me used all of this information up here. Okay, I'll put the arrows into. So get that in your head. Like, where's he going? What's happening? What's your destination? Get a little sketch done. The flight from Edinburgh to Doha took 6:35, so there's 6 hours and 35 minutes. Okay, used that information. And this bit was 7 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, this is something to see a bit more. I can get my head around this. This isn't too bad. And Hong Kong is 8 hours ahead of Edinburgh. Okay, so we'll say it's midnight over here. Hong Kong, they're 8 hours ahead of Edinburgh. So I'm going to say plus 8. Could have said -8 for Edinburgh relative to Hong Kong, but I'll say plus 8. I think they're trying to help us out. They're trying to trick us around, so that's good. Steve's plane took off from Edinburgh at 9:15. Okay, so he's leaving here, the different colour. Leaving here at 9:15, and that is AM. He landed in Hong Kong at 8:50 AM. This is all local times, okay, all local times. So that's the Hong Kong time zone. How long was his stop in Doha? Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is add up his total journey time. So we'll say 6 hours 35 plus 7 hours 20. So that's 13 hours and 55 minutes. Okay, so first step done. So if we were to think about his flight then, okay, time-wise, if I'm adding on, I should be adding on 13 hours 55 minutes to that time. So let's just do that in sections. If I add on 13 to 9, I'm going to get 22. That's going to be add on 13. Say add on 13 hours. That's going to give me, what did I say, 22 hours and 15 minutes. And then I'll add on the 55 minutes. Okay, so just do it in sections. And that's going to mean I'll get in there for, so that's like adding an hour, taking away 5. So that's 23 hours and 10, oh, sorry, not 20 hours, 10 minutes. Sorry, I should really write it with it's the clock, sorry. 23:10. I don't need to say AM or PM because I'm doing the 24 o'clock now. And that was 22:15, sorry. So yeah, take your time, and we're adding on just in increments, just to kind of not make a mistake. Yeah. So we should have arrived in Hong Kong at 23:10 Edinburgh time. However, they are also 8 hours ahead of us, so we need to add on 8 hours. So that's going to give me 7:10, and I'll just keep this in 24-hour time as well. So we should get there 7:10 in the morning. Now, that doesn't quite match up with what's there. We're very close. They're 8:50 AM, we're 7:10 AM. So how long was he stopping here for? It must have been the difference in these two times, which is 1 hour and 40. Now to do that, you could say again, how do I get from 7:10 all the way up to 8:50, and just take it in time, in turns, sorry. Just to add up different bits, so you could add on 50 minutes plus 50 minutes. So it gets me up to 8 o'clock. And how do I get from there to there? Well, it's another 50 minutes, isn't it? So 2 sets of 50 minutes, that's going to be 1 hour and 40 minutes waiting. Okay. So I think it's quite a wordy question. Get your diagram done. This probably isn't the neatest thing to do, but get your diagram done, and that gets us straight in your head. All the information is now here, and actually there was just 3 parts. It was adding up the time, and that then got us how much time we would have expected to go from here to here. So we would have expected to arrive at this time. Added on the 8 hours to get it into Hong Kong time, and then we said, well, what's the difference between the time we expected and the time we calculated? Okay, so that's your 3 parts. Add this up, add that onto your original time, add the 8, see the difference. Okay, so I hope that helped. That's quite a tough question. That's quite a lot in that. So yeah, on the next video we'll carry on with this.